Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
okay,
proper
you're
now.
back on. Yes.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your name?
It's
Junaid?
Junaid.
Junaid. Good.
Yeah. Junaid. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Very,
Okay.
yeah.
So, it's an honor to have you here. Uh,
Hmm. Me too. I'm very excited. Namaste.
yeah, yeah. Namaste. So the thing is, I want to ask from the beginning. So the thing is, first of all, what was your journey? That you have started your journey from, the long back. You have started very early.
Hmm.
So how did you start your journey?
Okay. So I was born and raised in Tokyo, 1983. And when I was 12, I started making movie for uh, junior high school in Japan. It was a school festival. And in our class, they wanted to make a movie. So I raised my hand, I have an idea. So I wrote script and directed and also acted, edited. I did everything, with classmates. Since
Okay.
then, I fell in love with movies.
Yeah. Yeah, as I have seen, that you are from USC, University of
Yes.
Southern California.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
Yeah.
So, when I was 19, instead of like going to university in Japan, I decided to study abroad because I really wanted to study, filmmaking, and Hollywood is one of the, I guess my dream place to go. But at first, I went to New York
Mm.
University and took
Study
classes
abroad.
at
I
summer
studied,
school.
filmmaking, and
Hold on a
Hollywood is
second.
one
There's
of.
a Okay.
Yeah.
So I went to New York University first, and I took summer school,
Okay.
and yeah, I spent maybe like 3 months making 5 black and white movies with classmates, and I realized,
Yeah, yeah.
like I feel like uh, Hollywood is more of like my taste. That New York is like a too independent. There's too like artsy and
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like USC may be the place to go. And I watched this thesis film by a student called John M. Chu, who later
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
directed Crazy Rich Asian. But he is like maybe
Mhm.
3 years earlier than me, so he had a thesis film there and a big premiere screening, and I was just blown away with his film
Yeah.
was musical with like dancing and singing, and it's similar to Bollywood film, and I was like, this is the film school that I want to go to, so I applied to USC.
Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, you know, the first, yeah, recently I've watched your film that is Saigon Bodyguards. It was
Okay.
damn funny and hilarious film. That was amazing. So
Thank
again,
you.
what was your plan? As I have seen a lot of films you have made with the writer Michael Thai. So
Hmm. Oh, wow. Oh no. Is that me? Hello. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Is your connection okay? It seems like there's a. It's very hard to talk. Anyways, it's okay. Thank you for watching Saigon
Yeah.
Bodyguards. Oh, sorry everyone. I don't know why the connection is so bad. Um, oh, let me check really quick.
Hello. Yeah, yeah. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I love your hair. It's very cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hmm.
So the thing is, as I said that you have always collaborating with your writer, the Michael
Michael
Thai,
Thai.
that
Hmm.
yeah. As I have seen, that he has written Saigon Bodyguard, and as well as, I guess, Daddy Issues too.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
met him at USC.
okay.
So
So he's from
I was
USC
pretty.
too.
Yes, I was a year ahead of me. Sorry, ahead of him, and I was making a thesis film, and he watched my previous film, and he liked
Okay.
my work, so he offered me to produce my thesis film. So since then, we've been friends and also collaborators on many projects. We've been, writing together,
Okay.
especially for Saigon Bodyguard and Daddy Issues. We did everything from scratch. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh. So, what was your experience, shooting the whole film in Vietnam?
Well, that was my first time shooting in Vietnam. Saigon Bodyguards was my first experience to have a production in Vietnam, and I was pretty impressed because all the equipment was top notch. We shot on Alexa. We had a steady cam and a big, cranes, and all the staff and crew members. That's right, cast and crew members are very, very professional. So I was pretty
Yeah.
satisfied with, like what we got. I think, Vietnam is like such a young country. In terms of like the population, the average age is only 28. It's very young, and I was pretty much like oldest people in the cast and crew, and I experienced like um, working with passionate cast and crew members. In Japan, because movie
Yeah.
filmmaking
Yeah.
is like almost like um, it's big, but it's not getting bigger. It's getting smaller and smaller. And I feel like Vietnam, people like love
Yeah.
watching movies.
Actually, I've seen, all the, action stunts, those, action choreography is just awesome in Saigon Bodyguards.
Hmm. Thank you, thank you. The main actor Kim Lee
Yeah.
is also my friend. He approached me like 5, 6 years ago, and we met in Tokyo. We hit it off.
Okay.
We went to go drinking, and then we talked about like what kind of movies we want to make together. And it took us like maybe
Yeah.
2, 3 years to make a movie. But he asked me if I was interested in making movies in Vietnam, and I said, "Why not? Let's make a movie in Vietnam." Like I always wanted to make a movie in Asia, not just in Japan, but Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, and Korea, and China, I feel like Asia is
Okay.
such a fantastic, place with full of opportunities.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So what's your plan now that again you want to collaborate with Kim Lee and
Michael.
Michael Thai for an
Uh-huh. Yes, after working with Kim Lee and the other main actor Tai Hua, who's like a very famous comedian in Vietnam,
yeah,
I
yeah,
went on to work with Tai Hua on Daddy Issues and Michael, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Michael produced another film in Vietnam, but I got a project in Japan, so I came back. But
Okay.
now I'm developing a project with Kim Lee and also Michael. So hopefully in one
Yeah,
year or 2 years, like we'll make another film together, like action film or sci-fi film, or possibly
yeah,
musical.
yeah. I'm really eager to watch them. Yeah.
Hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. So again, it's a completely another question that is,
Hmm.
uh, what do you think that the recent COVID outbreak and all those things, they're affecting the recent situation of film industry?
Hmm. Well, I mean, Vietnam is a lot less uh, in terms of like the influence of COVID because it has like a
Yeah,
lot less victims. But in Japan, it's pretty harsh in terms of film production because every time we film, we have to have a face guard, and also we sometimes we put like a glass board between the actors, and only on the actual shoot we take it out. So it's very hard, and the actors are very afraid and scared of shooting multiple takes because you have to take off the guard.
yeah,
So we are very very careful about protecting actors and the cast and crew members. But at the same time,
yeah,
last year there's a film called Demon Slayers that made $350 million. Um, and that was the biggest box office in the world. So I think there's still hope that the people still want to go watch movies in Japan
yeah,
and hopefully in the world. How's India?
yeah. Yeah, in India, they're also, planning to release all those old pictures, which has been done before COVID. So they're trying to, release in theaters here. So let's hope for the best, and let's see what's gonna happen.
Yes,
Yeah. So
it's
the
one
thing
of my
is,
dreams to make movies in India actually.
please come here and make a movie. We're gonna make a movie together, an
Uh-huh.
action adventure from from Japan to India, like other James Bond kind of film.
Yes, yes. I mean, like you watched Saigon Bodyguards, and there's like a musical elements in the film, and I wanted to
Yeah,
expand that.
yeah. Have you watched any Indian film?
Yes, I have seen many Indian films from like the Maharaja to Dangal to
Yeah.
recently yeah, I mean like I watched many Indian movies actually because I love musicals.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, I've seen your musical that is called, I guess, Dance Dance Dance.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Yeah, that was your, I guess that was your. So what was your first film, by the way?
My first feature or first short film?
For short film.
Short film. Short film was, I think, I would say, well, the ones that I made as a student is like a long time ago. And I made two films, big films. One is Phoenix at USC and also Express A31. Both films with Michael Tai. And then at American Film Institute, which is a grad school in LA, and I was in a directing program, and I directed two thesis films. One is called Lucky Lotus and Half Can. Both of them are 15 to 20 minutes long short film. And then I went on to direct a film called Tiger Mask, which is based on very famous
Yeah,
Japanese IP about pro wrestling.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it's kind of like a superhero film about this
yeah.
orphan, growing up in a secret society called Tiger Cave, and he was given to wear this mask, tiger mask, and then he becomes like a lot stronger, like a Iron Man kind of thing.
Okay, so I've seen in Uzumasa Limelight that was
Hmm.
the thing is called Japan's Hollywood, or I
Hmm.
guess it
Yes.
is. So
Uh-huh.
what was the
Uzumasa.
fact?
What was what?
Yeah,
What was the experience? Sorry, what was the question? What was the experience
yeah. The question
on
is,
Uzumasa? Uh-huh.
yeah, the question is, why do you say that it's Japan's Hollywood?
Oh, because it was Kyoto. Uzumasa is a small city in Kyoto, and that's where the film started in Japan. Um, from the
Okay,
Lumiere brothers from France, was brought eh, to Japan to Uzumasa, and the filmmakers started making movies in Uzumasa and started building studios. Toei, Daiei, and also Shochiku
yeah,
studios were built in Kyoto, and that's how Japanese film like cinema history started. So that's
okay,
why we call it Uzumasa as a Hollywood.
okay. So if do you have any if you I know that how do you see the old Ken and the new Ken? That means the old Ken, he was making the short films and
Uh
again
huh.
all those
Hmm.
films,
Hmm.
and now the new
Hmm.
Ken that is making all those mind-blowing feature films.
I think that's a very interesting question. I don't think I have grown up ever since I started making movies. I think there's always 12 years old Ken in me, inside me, and that little
Yeah,
kid is like driving me to make movies. Like because I'm the first audience of my films, and I want to make movies that I like to watch. So um,
yeah,
I do feel like the old Ken and new Ken are not that different.
yeah. And I think everyone, I think every aspiring filmmakers who are watching right now here,
Hmm.
do you have any tips for them?
Hmm. Yes, I mean, these days I feel like anyone can make movies. With the camera. iPhone can be camera, and then but you know it, that's why it's very hard to actually make a good movie. Think about pen and paper. It has been
Yeah,
um, created like thousands of years ago. Pen and paper exist, but only Shakespeare, there's only one Shakespeare. So
yeah,
what that means is that, anyone can make a film, but not everyone can make a good movie.
yeah,
So, um, I think what you need to do is, practice like your craft of filmmaking to keep making the stories, because it's easy
yeah,
to make the first movie. It's harder to
yeah,
make like second and third and fourth and fifth, to have the message and things that you want to share with the world. So, I think that's
yeah.
the thing that drives you to make movies, I think.
Okay. So who was your inspiration throughout the journey?
I think the first one, like in terms of filmmaker, first one was Spielberg, definitely. I think when I was, 8 years old,
I
you know, I,
I love him too. I love him.
yes, everyone loves Spielberg, I think.
Yeah.
But I was 8 years old. I went to watch Jurassic Park in a movie theater, and I was sitting in the very front of the theater, and I just looked up, when the dinosaur is like like eating the tree, and I was just blown away. And at the end of the movie, the helicopter goes off to the sunset, and there's a credit saying directed by Steven Spielberg, and like that's something that I was
Yeah.
always like have in my mind. Um,
There are some people, my friends right here,
mhm.
were commenting that shall we expect to see Ken so to walk in a collaboration with Alavi with me?
Why not? Yeah. Well, I mean, like
Yeah.
what kind? Like, why don't you maybe like come to Japan or LA or make movies, or I'll come to India to make movies.
Yeah. I'm really excited to make a movie together because even I'm really passionate about all those science fiction and
Hmm.
adventure action kind of
Hmm.
films. In you
Hmm.
too. So why not we make a movie together? We make a feature film
Hmm.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, you're very good looking. You can star in the film
Yeah.
as well, and yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
we'll have a
Thank you.
collaboration.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I've seen you, even you, that you have acted in one of your films that I guess
Uh-huh.
Daddy Issues.
Uh-huh. Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
uh, I am not really an actor, but I think that was a very special role where we needed to
Yeah.
change a script like right before the production, so we couldn't have time to cast like a proper Japanese actors, or we didn't have the money to bring Japanese cast from Japan. So I acted and I very enjoyed, but I do feel like I should stay behind the camera.
Okay. No, what was your experience? Walking in front of
It's
camera.
it's yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, you have to direct and also act. I have to memorize the lines, and then the lines is something that I wrote, but it's like a super long. And like I was thinking about like shots, like what to do next, and then I also have to direct other actors. But also at the same time, like I have to think of like the positioning of myself. So it was very very difficult, and I don't know if I want to experience that again.
Yeah. Sure, you have to, even when we will be making films, so you have to.
Mhm.
So, my that will be my last question to you. That
Okay.
is, if you have, but the recent news that is coming out, that is, your movie Saigon Bodyguards, they're gonna remake it. So, congratulations for that, first of all.
Oh, thank you.
And do you? So yeah. So do you? See yourself in any other Hollywood pictures, and so you can make a Hollywood big budget Hollywood studio films too. So
Hmm.
so we can expect you from doing all those things, doing a
Yes,
big
yeah, I mean,
budget blockbuster film.
yes, I mean, it's been my dream to make movies in Hollywood and in United States and with the major studios.
Yeah.
That's why I still live in LA, and that's why I keep, writing a new project and pitching ideas. And one thing that I learned um, from like case study of other famous Asian directors like John Woo or Ang Lee or Hideo Nakata, or very famous like Asian directors. They became famous in their own country first before they become famous in Hollywood. So I think Hollywood is like Olympics. So you just have to be best, at in your own country, and then they'll just bring you um, from your country. So that's something that I always think. Like if you keep making good movies in Japan or Vietnam or any other countries, then they would ask you, to direct big Hollywood movies. So that's something that I am striving for.
Yeah. So uh, during making Uzumasa Limelight, all
Hmm.
those things that is coming on your head. Is it Akira
Hmm.
Kurosawa kind of feeling still coming on your
Hmm.
head that yeah, this is the
Hmm.
fact that Seven Samurai.
Uh-huh. I mean, I love Akira Kurosawa and Ozu and all those filmmakers at the same. And then if I ask, foreigners, like what kind of Japanese films do you like? And then they always bring up, Akira Kurosawa and other, old famous filmmakers. But at the same time, it makes
Yeah,
me sad because, Japanese films stopped there, to the world.
yeah,
Like if you like think about it, like if you ask like what kind of Hollywood movies do you like, then you wouldn't answer, like Casablanca, or you wouldn't answer, like
yeah,
Some Like It Hot, like you would answer like Avengers, those kind of new films. So I
yeah,
hope
yeah,
that someday Japanese, when you ask the question of Japanese films, they wouldn't bring up Akira Kurosawa.
yeah,
They would answer you the famous filmmakers now, like Koreeda,
yeah,
or Takeshi Kitano, or those filmmakers. So and hopefully I could be one of them.
yeah. Damn, and also I love Miyazaki too. Do you love Miyazaki
Yes,
films?
Hayao
Yeah,
Miyazaki. Yeah, he's
yeah,
one of the best film directors.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I've seen, some of his films, great films like Spirited Away, and
Mm-hmm.
I've seen
Princess
recently
Mononoke.
another film that is called Your Name. Have you
Your Name,
watched
yes,
Your Name?
of course, yes. It's
Yeah,
fantastic. It's so
that was
beautiful.
amazing. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So yeah. So again, I'm saying that this is my last question because
Okay.
I'm having you right now. So all those questions that's coming up.
Okay.
So the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
my last question would be, what do you plan about? How much it will take time to see your film again on theaters? Uh, you know, Anytime
Well,
we
I would
we could
say
expect.
maybe like 1 year. I would say 1 year. Give me 1 year and I'll make some. I mean, it takes like years and years to
Okay.
make movies, but I've been preparing, for this year to make a movie. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay, Ken.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me, Janet, and well, Mr. Alavi. And I would love to collaborate and make movies in India. So please keep in touch, and then we'll brainstorm together on
Please,
some new films.
you're always welcome. Please come to India. We'll make a movie together. We'll make a feature film. Or as I have said, I've said to you that we're gonna make a action adventure or science fiction film
Hmm.
together.
Yes.
Always welcome. And maybe maybe someday, or maybe within a year, or within 2 years, I will be going to Japan for a movie together.
Yes. Yes. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Well, thank you so
So
much.
thanks a lot for coming here. Thanks a
Yes.
lot. I'd be huge. I was really excited that you were coming here, and it will be great collaboration near future.
Hmm.
And thank you. And as we do, namaste.
Yes. And then namaste. Thank you for the audience as well. Thank you for listening to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you. Yeah. Bye. Yeah.